It's been raining cats and dogs in some parts of Lagos State, but you know what? We won't let that deter us as we'll be bringing to you the hits as we dissect some of the latest happenings from the world of football. Welcome back to Sportyfied. My name is Malik Muslima, and I won't be doing this alone. I have with me two of the finest young men. They've made themselves known already. I mean, starting with my immediate left. And
Ezekiel Billy.
We saw the Premier League was not, could not be held because the Queen passed on, sadly. I mean, rest in peace to the Queen. Let's start with the Champions League now. I mean, Barcelona went to the Allianz Arena and, were humbled, so to say, by Bayern, 2-0. What did you guys feel about that game?
This is becoming so one-sided.
Yeah.
Bayern always have their way over Barcelona. Like, no matter how good Barcelona play, like midweek they played very well. I don't know what just happened. They just could not get the goal. At least they deserved one goal in that game. The result did not reflect that. As in the scoreline did not reflect the gameplay and everything, because Bayern just scored 2 goals under 4 or 5 minutes.
It was a good game for Bayern Munich. They are yet to lose their last 30 group matches in the UEFA Champions League. So for a team who had 100% record last season, even beat Barca 2 times that same last season for group stage. So who is back? I think Barcelona played well in the first half. They had lots of chances to have scored at least nothing less than 2 goals.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they were caught napping in their defense. The first goal from Bayern Munich, Hernandez header. I don't know what Alonso was thinking.
Why
Probably
was Alonso starting that game?
I think the connectivity between Barcelona defense were horrible. We saw the Bayern defense a little bit shaky at that game. We saw they lose lots of balls in their own half, but they coordinated themselves, and I think Afonso was excellent. The runs, how he pecked out Gavi over and over again, and I think
he also put
Rafinha. Even Rafinha gone set. So I think for Julian Nagelsmann, he was smart enough to make that change, bringing in Leon Goretzka, and taking out Sabitzer. I think that was when the game changed. I felt Xavi should have responded to that change. Barcelona has qualities. We saw the introduction of Frankesi. He killed everything that Bayern had at that point in time. I think Barcelona will have to go back to the drawing board and prepare for their next game in La Liga.
I mean, talking about going back to the drawing board, I felt like, Barca were the better team in that game. And, kudos,
in terms of the gameplay or the results?
Gameplay. Kudos to Bayern. I mean, because you're a Barcelona and you don't want to be missing those chances when you're playing against a Bayern Munich side that have such quality, everywhere, all round. I mean, in that first half, Lewandowski missed some chances. We saw Pedri miss. We saw Rafinha try to shoot. I mean, outside in the first half, second half as well. So it was, quite disappointing that Barca didn't take their chances when you're playing against a side like Bayern. You're not playing, Cadiz. You're playing Bayern. So you have to take your chances. So I felt like they could have done better, and obviously they need to go to the drawing board, like you said. Now, still sticking with the Champions League, let's go to Liverpool now. Joel Matip. I mean, we saw him make a return. And, there's been talks about Liverpool missing a lot of their players, and the fact that their woes this season have been due to the fact that they've missed, or they are missing a lot of players. But we saw Joel Matip return, and they tried in that game. I mean, they kept on trying to score a goal, and they finally got it in the dying minutes of that game against Ajax. But Van Dijk was still culprit in that defense. But, I mean, he's tried in attacking. What did you guys make of that game, Liverpool's game?
It was a good game for Liverpool. After everything that's been going on with the whole team, I don't know whether something is going on in the back room. I don't know what's happening to Alexander and all these performances, because he's been kind of inconsistent this season. Even Van Dijk too. I don't even understand what's just going on. Their best performance have maybe just been Harvey Elliott and Luis Hernandez. Luis Diaz. Then Mohamed Salah too. But I'm just happy that Salah scored his goal, got his goal. Then the introduction of Jota. Jota is back, had a good game, good link up with Salah. It was a good result for them.
Well, like you said, the link up between Thiago Jota and Salah for that first game was absolutely brilliant. We saw how he, shoved the entire Ajax defense to just one side and then split the ball to Mohamed Salah. Big thanks to that man who created that pass to Jota. That's also Diaz. The question have to be, the Liverpool midfield has been terrible this season. down to their defense, because the majority of their injury woes have come from the midfield. Keita, Henderson, Curtis Jones, Oxlade, Chamberlain, even though saying no, they play.
He's always injured.
He's always injured.
We call Navigator.
And so down to Thiago, who's he plays 2-3 games, then he's off the next 2-3 games. But we saw the connectivity and the togetherness between the defense and the midfield, because if we watch Liverpool are yet to keep a clean sheet in their last 10 games. They've conceded back to back. We saw how disgraceful they were in Naples playing against Napoli, conceding 3 goals in the first half. It should have been 4 if not for the missed penalties. And like you said, Van Dijk this season has been horrible. He has caused 2 penalties.
Horrible.
Yeah, he has caused 2 penalties.
How can you say horrible? You just
wait now. Wait. He has caused 2 penalties in his last 8 games, rather than just 1 penalty in his last 168 games. Now this is for
drop form, no?
They drop form waiting.
Yeah, but look at
Messi. They ever drop form? Ronaldo they ever drop form?
Yeah, no, they drop form.
No,
this is not
for you to be a world class player, you have to be consistent.
He's a world class player, and he has been consistent. He's just having a poor run of games. You can't say he has been horrible.
The truth of the matter is, Van Dijk is not.
You can't say he's been horrible.
Van Dijk is not a one-man outstanding defender.
He's not a one-man.
For instance, you can pick out Ramos to be a one-man outstanding defender. You can pick out the likes of Nesta.
He needs a
look at this season.
Like
Since the absence.
Van Dijk,
wait now.
when he first came to Liverpool, he was paired with anybody, and he made that defense look good.
But
you cannot say he's not a one man, that you must pair him with the
now what happened is it makes it look like Van Dijk has been doing the whole job. We saw the absence of Matip. Remember the season where Liverpool struggled? Matip was also injured, and Van Dijk was injured, so they struggled. It has shown that Van Dijk will not give you an 100% performance if there is no Matip in that defense.
You can't say that.
All right, so I think we need to leave it to the fans, to decide if you guys think Van Dijk is a better defender on his own or as a collective. Moving on to let's reel out some of the results that we saw on that first match day 2A. Bayern beat Barcelona by 2-0. In Anfield, like we just said, Liverpool won 2-1 against Ajax. Sporting Lisbon outclassed Tottenham Hotspur by 2 late goals in the 90th minute. Goals from Edin Dzeko and Dumfries saw Inter Milan victorious against Victoria Pleasant. Marseille lost at home 1-0 against Frankfurt. Bayern Leverkusen, which was shocking to some people, defeated Atletico Madrid by 2-0. And of course, FC Porto lost shambolic results away, or at home rather, to Club Brugge by 4-0. Now let's talk or move to the games that we saw on Wednesday in the Champions League. Another match day round of fixtures in the UEFA Champions League, and we saw Scottish side Rangers lose to Napoli by 3-0 with 10 men. Napoli lost a couple of penalties in that game, but they scored 1. And now let's move over to the game that happened, or the MNM, the famous MNM, Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. Messi got a record in that game, first player to score against 39 different teams in the Champions League. Just 1 ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo, who scored against 38 other teams, and is not in the Champions League this season. So good one for PSG, and their top players scoring or getting goals in that game. So what did you guys think of PSG, and do you think they have a chance to win in the Champions League this season?
I think they just need to just lower their ego and play more as a team than play as an individual. Because when I watch their game, most times I just see a team that just rely most times on their individual brilliance rather than just trying to step down their ego and have a genuine identity and a style of play.
Let's go over to Real Madrid. They looked, reigning champions. They looked comfortable against RB Leipzig. Despite the pressure. What do you guys think about Real Madrid? Do you think they can still be champions this season with, pressure coming from the other teams?
Of course.
Yeah,
they've won all their games so far this season.
Madrid has been in brilliant form this season. They are yet to lose a game, but
they have to drop
the only team in Europe.
Yeah,
they won all their games. They won all their games.
Okay, so sticking with the Champions League now, let's talk about Chelsea. Raheem Sterling got their only goal in that game,
goal.
Against RB Salzburg. And I just want to talk about the fact that Graham Potter has played, I think, 2 games now.
Just 1. The Fulham game was suspended.
Yeah, and it feels like it's same old story with
Yeah.
Thomas Tuchel. But I mean, some will give him the benefit of the doubt that it's just one game. So what do you guys think about, what are the differences between Graham Potter and Thomas Tuchel?
Like she said, same old story, but there's something I noticed in that game. In the 21st minute of that game, the entire Chelsea fans, were singing Thomas Tuchel's name and we're appreciating him. This is to show that the fans are not happy with the decision.
That Tuchel is gone.
And
you can see or you can sense the emotional attachment
because
from the fans.
I said this and some people are like, it should have been sacked. Say Nigerian Chelsea fans and we both Chelsea fans, they're different. And honestly, this is the first time in the history of Chelsea that the fans will come out and be against from what they did in the stadium, not supporting. Because you just imagine saying
So they're not behind Graham.
I think it's not that they are not behind Graham
they
Potter,
like Graham Potter,
but they do like, for somebody in just 18 months winning you the Champions League, Club World Cup, and then the Super Cup,
the trophies
and then that you barely think of winning. And
you get where the sentiments from the fans are coming from.
From that, you should have given him.
Thomas Tuchel is, like you said, Champions League and all of that, but Graham Potter, just with Brighton, it seems like if you play a top team, really, what is he going to bring to the side?
The only experience he's got is just Amsterdam, taking them to the Europa League and he did last round of 32 round of 32. I think for Chelsea it actually take time for them to gel, but with Graham Potter do better things than Thomas Tuchel? I don't think so.
Let's move away from Chelsea and talk about Juventus. Juve they've been disappointing so far. Because they were beaten at home by Benfica. And some would say it wasn't surprising because Benfica are, like you said, still unbeaten. About 12 games they've won on the bounce. So it feels like there's a lot of pressure right now on Allegri because the Champions League is what they want, and of course the Serie A as well. They've not been doing well in the past 3 years. So it seems like there's a lot of pressure on Allegri right now.
First of all, you look at their team. Their team is not filled with quality as far as I'm concerned. Because you look at their defense. It's only Bonucci I see there. I can see Danilo playing as a left-sided centre back anytime they play three at the back. Danilo, as we know, is not even a centre back. First of all, he's either a right back or a left back. And even when he was playing either of those positions, it was not like it was that exceptional. So to put him with Bonucci, who has been criticized in the past about his defending, he's only very, very good on the ball. But when it comes to pressure, them mounting pressure on him, like he fumbles. So when you look at their defense, you look at their midfield, their injury crisis. Paul Pogba has been out. They don't.
Di Maria has been struggling for fitness.
They don't have that quality. So I'm not surprised that they are dropping like this. I don't see them going out of the Champions League.
But do you know the funny thing? They are yet to lose a game in the Italian Serie A.
They are yet to lose a game. They have only one win. They have only one win in 7 matches. I
think they've won 2 games and they've drawn the rest.
They have one win in 7 matches.
Like you said, so I think they've been struggling this season. And but the question is, thank you. That's it. He hasn't scored. Milik has come to the rescue for Juventus in the last 2-3 games, and Vlahovic hasn't scored in his last 4 games.
And Juve, I think they're missing Chiesa. He's been out for a very long time. I think it's time for him to come back.
And like you said, Chiesa is out, and their productivity from the midfield, it's been poor.
Very poor.
It's been poor. They lacked creativity. We saw the presence of Di Maria in their first 2 games. Juve looked like they know what they are doing and they have where they are going. But since that injury from Di Maria, they've lacked creativity. They've had to struggle over and over and over again.
All right. So let's move. Let's wrap up the Champions League now. Other results on Wednesday. We saw Copenhagen play a goalless draw against Sevilla. AC Milan defeated Dynamo Zagreb by 3-0.
Where is your home of sports? Listen, the crazy thing about sport is that there is never a dull moment.
Yes, having uncommon conversations is the in thing here.
Football, tennis,
Formula 1,
UFC, boxing,
athletics,
and many more.
They yeah. If you don't know, they yeah. If you don't know. Now why we they call them goats?
Sports Simplified. That's Sportyfied.
Who be your goats?